Hello there and welcome to CoreTV News with me, Sabina Izuku. President Goodluck Jonathan and his main challenger in Saturday presidential election, Muhammadu Buhari, have signed another peace accord. They signed the Non-Violence Pact soon after a closed-door meeting convened by the National Peace Committee led by former head of state Abdulsalami Abubakar in Abuja. It comes more than 2 months after the two leading presidential candidates and 9 others party leaders signed the Abuja Accord.
For the support we receive in trying to send this message of peace. I'm happy both parties, the contestants, are all committed to a free and fair election, free of violence. And this morning, we are going to sign a document to reiterate their commitment for this peaceful and for the forthcoming election.
The presidential candidate of the APC, All Progressive Congress, Muhammadu Buhari, has expressed appreciation to all Nigerians who have been helping his party, the APC, to carry its change message across Nigeria. The General, Muhammadu Buhari, in his last message before the Saturday poll, further assures Nigerians of his desire to provide the leadership that will unleash huge potentials of the nation's greatness. Away from that, the Transition Monitoring Group is deploying 4,000 observers to monitor Saturday's election across the country. It also says its observers will be using quick count, an advanced methodology to verify official results announced by the Independent National Electoral Commission. The Transition Monitoring Group Chairman Ibrahim Zikirillahi said at a pre-election news conference in Abuja that the move would help validate official elections results and increase public confidence in the process.
We involved deploying 3,014 carefully selected, trained and accredited citizens observers in teams of 2 to representatives random sample of 1,507 polling units with 849,460 registered voters located in all 774 local government areas. These citizen observers will witness the entire election day process from setup of the polling unit through the announcement and posting of the official results. Throughout the course of the day, TMG's citizen observers will send in reports in near real time via coded text message using their mobile phones to a national information center located in Abuja. TMG is ready to observe the 2050 presidential and National Assembly elections. As a final preparation, TMG is conducting a full simulation exercise today involving 3,104 citizen observers sending in practice coded text message to TMG's National Information Center. This will test every aspect of the quick count to ensure that all citizen observers are prepared and that all reporting systems function properly on election day. TMG calls on all voters to go to the polls confident that their votes will count. TMG's quick count will provide independent verification of the presidential result as announced by INEC.
With the commencement of 2015 general elections barely 4 hours away, Lagos State Governor Babatunde Fashola has described the forthcoming polls as historic. The governor stated this while delivering an address to the people of the state on the presidential and National Assembly governorship as well as State House of Assembly elections. Governor Fashola acknowledged the desire for peace demonstrated by the majority of the populace, reminding all and sundry that the only way to determine bright future for any society was for the people to take their destiny in their own hands.
I think the elections will be historic because we will set an example for the whole of Africa and show that we can decide our affairs. I know, however, that there can be no history without history makers. You, the voters, the dynamic people of the Center of Excellence will be the history makers. Please know that what you choose to do on Saturday will decide whether Nigeria changes or remains the same over the next 4 years. I know that an overwhelming majority of us want peaceful, transparent, credible, and violence-free elections. But as we wish for very successful elections, we must know that wishes alone will not take us there. We must take action to realize our wishes. We must go out to vote and make the change that we want. I expect the security personnel to act professionally and without partisanship in keeping you safe, because they and their families also have a stake in a peaceful election.
Fashola also gave vital tips on how to bring about hitch-free accreditation while encouraging citizens to wait and ensure their votes count from a reasonable distance. It also a moment to stress our capability in conducting credible elections as demonstrated in the manner we collectively stood the Ebola epidemic.
This is a clean hands election. So I urge you to wash your hands with soap and water before going out for accreditation in order to make it easy for the card reader to identify you. You have a right to remain at the polling station at a reasonable distance. Firstly, election is about your lives. So why should it take place and be concluded behind your backs? Secondly, no law forbids you from staying at the polling station. What you simply cannot do is to disturb other voters or to interfere with the process or to campaign for votes on election day. That is unlawful. Thirdly, and most importantly, the Electoral Act requires that the result at each polling station must be collated, announced by the officials, and posted at the polling station. The question then to ask those who say you cannot stay at the polling station is this: who will hear the results, and to whom will they be announced if the voters have left? We have set an example for the whole of Africa about how to manage Ebola epidemic in an urban center. It was the first of its type in almost 40 years of Ebola epidemics. We did all of this in a democratic setting. We can set an even better example with this election by being law-abiding and by being peaceful, and make this Saturday's elections one of our finest political hours. Dear Lagosians, history beckons. Don't turn your backs.
The 7th Bola Colloquium, which is a platform for the intellectual discourse on salient issues affecting the country, was held in Lagos. The day was set to mark the birthday of the national leader of the All Progressive Congress, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. Emmanuel Ajayi has more.
The hall filled to capacity with eminent Nigerians to celebrate with the host of the day, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, at the 7th colloquium with the theme, Change How It Will Work. Speaking at the event, Lagos State Governor Babatunde Fashola and his Rivers State counterpart, Rotimi Amechi, spoke on the alternative means of power in Lagos and the achievements of the host.
Those buildings around us are powered by the Alausa power. And also, Obafemi Awolowo Way, street lighting at night is all powered from Alausa power.
Your gain or benefit from this change that is coming, it's not the material things that will come. It is the history book that your children and grandchildren. A lot of your grandchildren and children will be proud to say that's of my father.
For his part, the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress, Muhammadu Buhari, gave kudos to Bola Tinubu for his giant strides in ensuring a progressive change. He also emphasized in winning the 2015 presidential election.
And now, going in the elections on Saturday, we all know it, all of us did. A lot of money will change. But having won the primaries, having mobilized our respective constituencies,
we believe we will succeed. I thank I congratulate him for being a successful person, a courageous person, and a patriot. And the fear of APC, I think, is the hero of wisdom in Nigeria.
The host, Bola Tinubu, laments on the state of the nation. He expresses his confidence that his birthday gift will be for the All Progressive Congress to win the 2015 elections.
They gave us a formal report of a forensic audit, of which we truly, the whistleblower is correct. The money was forensically stolen. Briefly, these are the tenets of common sense revolution. We need this bold approach because too much has gone wrong for too long, and the expectation is high. Whichever finger, this or this, be vigilant, vote EPC. That's the only bad president I require of him.
As the 2015 elections draw near, the All Progressive Congress believes in the common sense revolution as a means to winning the presidential election, but these will be determined by the electorate at the polls.
Take from me presentation of the book, a collection of articles on all aspects of life in our nation, and the easy way to go about solving them. Common sense revolution, which I will learn for all to see and act. May we have a new lease of life come March 28, 2015.
Emmanuel Ajayi, CoreTV News, Lagos.
As the March 28 presidential and National Assembly elections draw close, National Publicity Secretary of the APC, Lai Mohammed, has disclosed that the quantum of resources being spent on campaign by Jonathan administration is a result of non-performance. The All Progressive Congress Publicity Secretary disclosed this while addressing newsmen in Lagos. Our correspondent, Patience Ajiboye, has more.
With the elections a mere 72 hours away, the All Progressives Congress is not letting its guard down on what the party described as the antics of the People's Democratic Party. Speaking to newsmen in Lagos, APC's National Publicity Secretary, Lai Mohammed, disclosed that the PDP funded the publication of an article worth over 400 million naira by one Richard Grenell with false claims of being a U.S. envoy, an article which spoke ill of APC's presidential candidate, Muhammadu Buhari. This he described as a trademark of the current administration, which he added is replete with failure.
Out of the desperation, they resorted to lies and frittered away millions of naira. After commissioning Grenell to write his misleading and unintelligent article, he then went ahead to advertise the trash on the front pages of many newspapers for several days at a huge cost of nothing less than 400 million naira.
On the confusion surrounding the order of the IGP, Suleiman Abba, on voters either staying put or leaving polling units after voting, the APC publicity scribe has this to say.
Voters should rather listen to the INEC chairman, Professor Ataru Jega, who said the electoral law does not state anywhere that voters cannot or should not wait to watch and ensure that their votes are counted.
On the issue surrounding the role of the OPC and other such groups in the electoral process, he disclosed that they are all breaches of the nation's constitution.
We have just learned of the statement by Dr. Frederick Fashio of the OPC that he will deploy OPC members to every polling unit across the country to monitor the presidential elections. This is simply outrageous and nonsensical.
The party, however, added that the PDP has not stopped in its bid to arrest its chieftains to ensure they are allegedly framed up to pave way for their subsequent rearrest. He, however, urges supporters of the party and all Nigerians to be peaceful before, during, and after the elections.
We'll just take a short break and we'll return. There'll be more stories for you. Do wait, just stay with us.
The army was not supposed to be visible or to be around any polling unit unless there is a breakdown of law and order and they have been invited by the Inspector General of Police.
That elections are sheltered in Africa is no news. But in Nigeria, it comes with consequences.
Against the will of one man.
Consequences that have toggled the nation's politics and may shape how Nigeria elects.
This is the year of PDP.
The momentum gathers.
When we promise, we deliver.
The fireworks is unending.
We did it and continue to do it.
55 years this year, and in her fourth republic, this is Nigeria's 5th general elections. All the action, all the news, the updates, and the news behind the news we will bring to you live from the field and in the studio on CoreTV News as Nigeria elects.
Welcome back to the news. Don't forget you can reach us on our social media platform, and that's on facebook.com/CoreTV News. On our Twitter handle @CoreTV News NG. For news updates and other programs, you can stream us live on youtube.com/CoreTV, leave a space, and the news. As campaign activities draw to a close ahead of the March 28 elections, the wife of the president, Patience Jonathan, has enjoined women and the entire Oyo residents to vote Goodluck Jonathan and other PDP candidates in the state for continuous development and prosperity. She was in Oyo State to campaign for her husband and for the elections. Omotayolo has more.
Excitement and celebration was the order of the day as stalwarts of the People's Democratic Party marked the final campaign to canvass the votes of Oyo residents for President Goodluck Jonathan and all the PDP candidates. The dancing over, wife of the president, Patience Jonathan, disclosed that his achievement in office should be the deciding factor in convincing the people of Oyo State to vote for his re-election and ensure that all PDP candidates are returned.
You don't need to listen to APC. APC are drunk. They don't have material to quantify PDP material. What they have, you should know that they have been in government before. They were there before PDP administration. They were there before Goodluck administration. If they come to Oyo, ask them what did they have for you. Not I win. I win. You were there. When you were there, what did you do for the people of Oyo State?
For these female politicians, Jonathan's administration is the most women-friendly and should be returned to office.
The southwest zone of Nigeria has become the battleground in this election. I can assure you, ma'am, that the battle has already been won by President Goodluck Jonathan.
He's a gender-friendly president. Forget about propaganda. President Jonathan has given us more cabinet positions and government appointments for women than any other president in the history of Nigeria. We have moved from state to state. And the turnout of women and the supporting youth, if we count them, President Jonathan has already won 75% of the vote.
For his part, Oyo State PDP governorship candidate Teslim Folari says a vote for Jonathan is a vote for a better tomorrow.
Indeed, the people of Oyo State have made their own decisions, and that decision will be clearly manifested on Saturday. Voting for the candidate of the APC is like voting for the past. This is a man who cannot even use blackberries. Voting for President Goodluck Jonathan is voting for the man of the moment and the man of the future.
That as the rallies gradually round up, the ball is now in the court of the electorate to decide who takes the mantle. Omotayualo, CoreTV News, Ibadan.
Away from there are strong indications that security agencies may clamp down on troublemakers ahead of Saturday's presidential and National Assembly elections. Report was learned in Abuja that the troublemakers will be arrested based on the intelligence report on persons of interest. The names of the troublemakers could not be ascertained as of the time, but security sources said they might be arrested on the eve of Saturday's elections. Shortly after the security sources spoke, the All Progressive Congress said it was worried about the plot to arrest some of its leaders, especially Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu. The party said it also learned there was a move by the security agents to restrict the movement of Director General of its campaign organization and Rivers State Governor Rotimi Amici. The APC, through its National Publicity Secretary Lai Mohammed, however, expressed confidence that Nigerians would resist any attempt by the ruling People's Democratic Party to use security agents to harass, intimidate, and arrest opposition figures during the elections. It will be recalled that some APC governors were prevented by security agents from entering Ado-Ekiti a day to the June 21st, 2014 elections in Ekiti State. When contacted on the alleged plot by security agents to clamp down on troublemakers, the Force Public Relations Officer Emmanuel Juku said anyone who caused trouble or violence after the polls will be arrested. He, however, explained that no member of any political party will be targeted by the police. They, however, said since security agencies had the responsibility of ensuring hitch-free elections, they were free to take steps within the ambit of the law to forestall a breakdown of law and order. President Goodluck Jonathan has expressed confidence that Nigerian troops will liberate Gwazo from members of Boko Haram sect latest on Friday. Once that is achieved, he said it will not take the nation more than 1 week to clean up. Jonathan spoke while granting audience to a group of international elections monitors who paid him a visit at the presidential villa, Abuja. He recalled that when security operators advised that elections be rescheduled for security reasons, a number of people thought it was just because of the terror attacks in some parts of the north. He, however, admitted that that was a major factor too, because Boko Haram sect was in 3 states, Borno, Yobe, and Adamawa State at that time. Jonathan added that Gombe State was attacked on the same day the presidential election was earlier scheduled to hold. The said the aim of the insurgent was to disrupt elections, but they were repelled. The president assured his guests that elections will be conducted on Saturday across the country and there will be no reason for inclusive results. Rivers State's Resident Electoral Commissioner Dame Gesila Khan has assured residents of a free and fair elections come Saturday. Khan made the assertion while receiving sensitive electoral materials meant for the state from the Rivers State Central Bank Controller Jude Indubusi at the state INEC headquarters. The event was witnessed by State Commissioner of Police Dan Bature. INEC has also begun the distribution of the materials to the 23 local government areas in Rivers State. You're still watching CoreTV News on the hour. We'll take another break, and when we return this time, it will be outside Nigeria. Just stay with us.
Morning, Mr. President. Morning, sir. How are you, Mr. President? How is it? How is the campaign? How are you?
We must learn to live together as brothers, or perish together as fools. Martin Luther King, Jr.
Welcome back to the news. And outside Nigeria, one of the two pilots of the Green Wing plane that crashed in the French Alps was locked out of the cockpit, according to reports. Sources say earlier findings from the cockpit recorders suggest that the pilot made desperate efforts to get back in. It is not clear if it is the captain or the first officer who left the cockpit and had been unable to get in. The Airbus 320 from Barcelona to Düsseldorf hit a mountain on Tuesday after a rapid 8-minute descent. An alarm indicating proximity to the ground can be heard before the moment of impact, the source adds. Jersey said the second black box, the flight data recorder, had not been found, and he could not confirm an earlier statement by President Francois Hollande that its casing had been recovered. Relatives of 150 passengers and crew who died are to visit the sites. And that's it on CoreTV News on the hour. Do join us at the top of the hour for Global News. I am Sabana Zoko, and thank you very much indeed for watching.